Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you guys can see me. You can see me. Okay. How are you tonight? How is my internet family? It has been a while. It has been a couple of weeks. I'm still a little bit a ways from launching Granite State Punk, but it's coming very, very soon. Hold on. I'm doing one more post. We're live talking to creators. So, hi. I missed you guys. It's been a bit, and I apologize. I'm normally live more often. I'm normally doing Kickstarters more often, but I'm live. Danny, Trav, hey, Danny. Yes, Danny's doing exactly what I need you to do. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, please go ahead and let me know that you're here. Share your stuff. But I wanted to talk about a bunch of things tonight. I want to tell you where I'm at mentally and stuff like that. So. For those who don't know, my writing partner and good friend of mine, Daniel Martinez, has passed away. Not Danny Martinez; those are two different people. Danny, right here, is very much alive. Just got married, killing it in life. But my friend Daniel Martinez, who we wrote No Contest with, passed away. And because of that, emotionally, I haven't been great. So if you're seeing this and you've messaged me over the last couple of weeks saying, "Hey, when's your next show? I want to get on your next show." I didn't plan on having one. I didn't plan on having one until today. And then when I decided to have one, I picked specifically people who have been with me for a while, walk the walk with me. I didn't want any new people. I didn't want any new faces. I'm still kind of edgy, so I didn't want to. I wanted people who, if I was being a dick or I was being grumpy or I wasn't being as juvenile, I wanted them to feel comfortable to call me out and do that. So I wanted to let you guys know. But that being said, we have amazing creators here. And I need to make sure that you guys are all aware that we're here, that we're live, that we're hanging out. If you're on YouTube, please make sure that we know that you're here. Make sure that you post. I want to know that you're here. I want to know that you want to hang out. I want to talk to you. I want you to interact. I want you to see these great creators because we have, as Charlie said, the all-star team of comics, which is great. So we have some all-star team here. So let's get some of those people up and at them here. What we got here? We've got John Martin saying, "What's up? What's up, John? How are you?" So first up, hold on. I got to remove this orange cone because it's going to be right on someone's face in a minute. So I got to remove that. So hold on. Just keep waiting. All right. There we go. So first up, I've got my good friend and currently boss, Rob Maltari. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Understanding the circumstances and all, but
no. I mean, we just had the funeral last week. Jonathan was there. Jonathan's here to talk about it. But it was last week, so we're getting there. But I'm still in the midst of things. I've got to do his other Kickstarter, send it out, fulfill it. He wants to do another Kickstarter because he was almost finished. So I'm not going to be done for a year, but
right.
but the main stuff is done, and I'm getting better. And kids are graduating. My son just graduated from pre-K, so things are good. Just not
right.
All good.
Got it. Yeah.
But hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, same thing. My daughter just had her kindergarten graduation today, and the Kickstarter's live, and I just feel like I haven't taken a break from anything in a while, so I'm pretty tired. Just keep going.
I believe that's all of us. I don't think anyone on this show is. Well, hold on, Caleb. Hold on. You're the only one I have to ask. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I think you're 31.
I'm 33. So
okay. All right. So yes, all of us are in 30s or 40s. So we're old as fuck. So we're all tired, Rob. We're all tired. And welcome Caleb to the show.
I am very tired.
So you and I ran together last time. It's like we just keep on.
It's I just launched on Tuesday, and this one was one I was pretty nervous about. So I've been taking that ZQL so that I can actually get some sleep at all.
I've been trying magnesium, but it hasn't helped. They say it's supposed to, but I haven't seen. The brain still keeps going.
Oh yeah, I can't do what's the one, melatonin, because what'll happen is I'll fall asleep and 2 hours later I'll wake up and be wide awake, and then I'm done.
They say they found out that people who have melatonin, they use it for a long period of time, cannot sleep without it after a certain amount of time. Like
you kind of get used to having it. Yeah.
All right. Next up, people who are sleepy. Eric Cockrell, are you sleepy, Eric?
No, I use roofies to get to sleep.
Nice. Tell me about them. So, do you recommend roofies?
I don't have a particular brand. Whatever
roofies you can get. Okay. Do you buy them at all your punk shows, or do you like have a deal?
I'm not allowed to talk about where I buy them.
Okay.
My lawyer has recommended.
To be fair, you could either buy a $12 IPA because they won't give you, a Pabst at a punk show. They try to force you to drink some sort of fancy IPA, or you can get roofies, which are like 2 for $5. So I mean,
as much as I love IPAs, when did punk get very particular about alcohol?
It's old style around here still.
It's in Florida, so I think it's really just to piss us off. It's it's to make us feel like we sold out, because they're like, you know you sold out. They're just holding us accountable, and I don't like it, but it is what it is.
It's all the Green Day and Blink-182 punks moving south for because they're snowbirds now.
Right.
Speaking of people who sold out, Clay Adams is here. How are you, Clay Adams?
Man, I am feeling so old now. Okay, you guys have kids graduating from pre-K. You're in your early 30s. You're doing roofies. My daughter just graduated from high school. I don't know where the time went. What is going on?
I'm almost there with you. My 15-year-old is going to be 16 this month.
Okay.
So I'm right there with you. I just had basically a restart with my daughter.
The condom broke.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I have a 22-year-old as well, Clay. You're fine. I don't want them to talk to each other. So I make sure that
because you're a different dad. You were a totally different dad to that first one.
And I have not learned new tricks, so they cannot talk. But I do want to, since we're bringing up kids, and I though you've been on a few times since this has happened, how is the punishment for spending all that money on Roblox going? Is that over? Has he paid you back yet? Was it Roblox? I think it was a massive amount of money.
What's happening?
Didn't one of your son spend a bunch of money on your phone?
Oh my God! Yes. Oh my God! I totally blocked that out. I can't believe that you even remembered that. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. It was a whole thing with Apple, and it took a long time to get sorted. But
that's why they wouldn't let you get emails. Everything went.
I think so. I think that's why I can't get anybody's emails. They just shut down my Apple account.
Next up, we have Jonathan Hedrick. How are you, Jonathan?
Good. I just took a Quaalude and I'm prepared for a great night's sleep.
Nice.
Great.
And guys, though we're talking, I want to make this clear. Though we've talked a lot about doing drugs here, it's only for sleeping purposes. None of us are getting high. We're old, and we did so many drugs when we were younger that this is the only way we know how to sleep. So yeah, Quaaludes and roofies. Okay, all right. Do you know Eric's guy, Jonathan?
Yes, we get him and I get a discount for referral
group discount.
Yeah, yes.
But then I heard something about 2 for $5 from Travis, and now I'm kind of like,
Eric's like, my deal is not that great. I mean, I get a lot of roofies put in my drinks. Is that the same? Is that the same type? The 2 for $5? I don't know. Speaking of roofies, Stephen, with the
I'm praying for all of you right now. Like I said in the chat, all I heard was roofies, high school, and condom broke. That's where I came in backstage, and I really don't want to get canceled tonight.
Don't you come in with your false piety. I know all about you, Prince.
Steve, you're the only one. You live in California. Like
Yeah, I was
you,
gonna say, he's the golden
the only
state.
reason why you're at deniability is because you don't even know what these are. You're onto things that we don't know, like White Lotuses and like.
Yeah, I'm taking drugs. I don't even know I'm taking drugs.
right.
People
So
just
hard.
hand you stuff. You take it. You say thank you, and
So
you know.
how is because it's been an ongoing thing. How is working for the Kardashians going, Stephen? I know that's been an ongoing thing for you.
It's getting it has its ups and downs. The pool cleaning is getting old.
Right.
The butt waxing, as they age, it just becomes less and less pleasant.
Right.
Typical sort of stuff,
I understand. And just for anyone who's curious of why I would say that is I believe that everyone in California works for a Kardashian on some level. Like based on the shows and the stuff, on some level in the hierarchy, you work for a Kardashian.
Yeah, it's true.
Guys, before I bring the last guest on, who is the biggest guest we've ever had on the show, the biggest guy. So I want to really hype him up. I need to make sure YouTube is working. So if anybody's on YouTube, let me see. Please leave a message. No, I know there's a couple people watching on YouTube. Please do it. And by the way, anybody who's in this group, make sure you share it out to your network. There's a little share button up at the top. We want to share this out. So without further ado, the biggest guy is here. So get all this talk of all the negative that you guys have here. Mr. Spider Squirrel himself, Charlie's here. How are you? Oh, Ben says hi. How's it going,
You're on
everyone?
mute.
Hey, Ben.
You're on mute. Charlie muted.
Wait, I thought you were bringing your biggest guest.
He said biggest chest. It was just
Biggest chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did say chest, right? I thought he said chest.
Was
Yeah.
that the,
I'm
Captain
probably the
America
oldest
like,
guest on here, I think, right? I think I know I'm older than Clay. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think I've got everybody, maybe even Travis. How old are you, Travis?
What does that mean?
I'm older than Travis.
We were talking about Quaaludes and all the dude. We've been doing drugs since like the '70s. So
First, I am young, vital, and sexy, regardless of what Twitter tells me. I am charming. I am ready to hustle. I do not work out as much as you, Charlie, but I am as fit as a guy from New England can be. As of April 14th, I turned 45.
Is
I
this
knew
your
it.
morning affirmation every morning, like Stuart Small?
yeah. He usually is a mirror, and now he's got a whole guest of people that has to listen to this thing. So
I am lovable and capable, and gosh darn it, people like me.
they like me. Yeah.
So, how is everyone today? How is the internet?
It's working. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't bring that up. Hold on. So I am off my phone right now, and it seems to be going smooth. But they said that my internet will be fixed by 10:30. If the internet fixed sooner, someone will tell me because I'd rather have a better broadcast. So there may be a little snafu when that happens. But until then, this seems to be working. People seem to be hearing me. So let's go. But I do think it affects my views because my views are lower than normal. And I think it's based on bandwidth, based on the quality of the video. They want better quality video out when it comes to like YouTube and stuff.
It could be the guests.
I mean, he said it.
I can't bring better guests than you guys. You guys, and I really mean this when I said that earlier, like coming back and still going through emotional stuff. And there's some other stuff going on that's not public. It's good to be around people who I love and support. You guys, everyone here has been doing this for multiple years. Most of you guys I've known 5 years or more. And I'm so proud of you guys. I mean, seriously, like you guys have fucking killed it. Most of you guys have killed me, like dominating me in numbers, which I love. I'm so fucking proud of you guys. And I'm so proud of each of your projects and what you guys are doing. Like you guys are awesome. And I love you guys. And thank you for being my friend and hanging out and doing comics with me. Like you guys make it more fun.
Charlie's been doing it since the 70s.
I've been doing a lot since the '70s. You guys know I have 7 kids, right? So
So, is that the librarian giving some comments?
Yeah, she just walked away. Actually, she's like, "I'm out of here. This is gonna go bad quick."
Okay, first off, I said very nice things. I felt I did a decent impression of Baltimore. I don't think I did a good impression. Please correct me. But I think I did a decent impression. I handled my own for the most part. I don't know.
Yeah,
My wife was better. She had defended me like the better.
she did. She saved you the whole weekend, actually.
Why are they always the better half? Huh? What's wrong?
Because we're
with that?
guys. I mean, let's be honest.
Dude,
This is an entire panel of stupid. I mean, that's just how it goes, right?
I want to go with this. So, Stephen, do you feel you're the better half in your relationship?
I'd like to feel that. I'd like to feel that way. I'm not made to feel that way.
Could you
But I'd
you
like
right
to.
now in front of the internet? Could you just go take the camera right now and just tell your wife that you are the better half?
Oh, dude, you want to see views go up? Let's go.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do it. Let's
We
do
can-
it.
We can
Can't
solo
afford
you
divorce
to
in
make it big.
California. Clay.
But so let's talk about some books. We've got some great books out right now. I've got a list back here. I'm going to put in the order that you guys posted in the group. So first up is Mr. Clay Adams back on Kickstarter again. Didn't you just leave Kickstarter?
I'm always leaving Kickstarter, but
Yeah.
I can't stay away.
And oh, by the way, internet. Yes, I didn't fill out a fucking survey. Don't make a big deal that I have a red mark at the top. Okay, fill it out. Damn it! It just came today. All right, Dream Quest now has a second issue. Is that what you're saying here?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. We did a
Whoa! Scroll down. I need to take. That's a really nice set of covers up there.
You like those covers?
Yeah.
What is happening here? What is happening? I don't understand what's happening.
All right. Sorry.
In the old days of Hollywood, they would call that a 2 T's shot.
Ah, okay.
Give me 2 T's. Yeah, so
Recover.
what are we talking about? Oh yeah, right. So Dream Quest.
No, you can't recover. There's an Alex Cormack fucking Egyptian Anubis in this fucking campaign.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Where have
man.
you been?
Yeah, Alex is great, man. I got to tell you, this guy, he's an editor's dream. He I've gone to that well so many times, and but like he's fast, he's good, he's polite, he delivers the goods all the time. So yeah, we got covers by Flops. He did that Project Image. We've got Mick Byers. That's the spicy version there. And then and Alex Cormack, a couple of versions of that. In fact, we've got a black and white version of the Alex Cormack cover because he sent us the black and white inks, and it was just so gorgeous that we were like, we got to offer this.
Does he have a shirtless Anubis? Because I'm interested in that, if that's an option as well.
No, but there's a shirtless Clay cosplay cover if you want.
Yes, that is fun fact. That is our bestseller.
You have there's a cosplay of you here. That's not you.
Yeah, no, that's not me. That's not me. We'll keep scrolling. You'll find the
Am I
cover.
going
eventually.
the right way? I'm going up.
You're totally going the right way. Yes. You'll find it. You'll find it eventually.
All right.
But it's weird. It's our bestseller, but it's like only Stephen Prince has gotten it. But he's gotten like so many copies of it. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, he works for the Kardashians. He's got the extra income.
That's true. They are a big
I mean-
fan of your chest, Clay.
He doesn't just work for them; he's the pool boy, and we know how that goes.
Dude, this campaign looks great. The last one looked great. I apologize. I haven't backed it yet. I will fix that before we're done here. I've been, like I posted earlier, I've been going through some shit, but
it's all good,
we'll
man.
get to-
Life
but
happens.
This looks great, man. And you're almost to that 10K. I know you. You have something special this 10K.
I sure do. That's right. At 10K, we're going to unlock 2 more story pages. So it's going to go from a 48-page story to a 50-page story. We got kind of an action sequence at the end that Mick has not drawn yet. Mick Byers, the artist, and we want to kind of expand it, make it a little more epic if we can. So 10K is
How's that gonna work with the printing though? Because wouldn't you have to have like 4 for something? Where are you gonna throw like an ad?
Well, maybe we have another stretch goal coming up, Rob. You don't know.
This guy.
You don't know.
More. Yeah.
Or another
Spoiler alert.
Clay Adams cosplay.
Mick's over there in the office going, that son of a bee.
Clay, can you do me a favor? Because I don't know Mick.
Yeah.
But I heard he has a campaign up as well. Can you send me that link and we'll go through it before the end to give them some,
of course.
Which fun fact, Mick, Clay, and I are tomorrow we're going to reveal a crossover print between the 3 of us. So this actually, if you guys all back today with all 3, you still get that too.
You get that print. Yeah, let me find that link for you.
So I sent some love. It is out in the comments. So guys, check it out. Click on it. Don't waste time. Just so you know, Clay Adams is kind of a big deal. So like, don't sleep on Clay Adams. This is not Clay Adams. This is Clay's evil twin, as it says right there. But the real guy, I mean, he is fabulous, very talented, witty, charming. Can write anything. Really, he's a master of the craft.
Guys, let him finish, okay? Let him finish.
I was waiting for him to talk about like looks good topless, clean shaven and otherwise.
Right.
I scrolled through the campaign and I think Steven may have bought all of them and it got removed because I looked.
I've got a collection of Clay Adams signed headshots as well. For those that don't know, Clay is a voice actor.
With his, he got the Ninja Turtle headshots.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. James, show Clay that he's a good dude by backing the Dreamscape or Dream Quest. That's how
or Dreamscape. It's fine.
Wasn't Dreamscape an '80s movie where like they had to go fight some cobra in the guy's head? And I thought I remembered that.
Yeah. And it's got a great Drew Struzan poster.
That's every movie in the '80s had a great Drew Struzan poster.
Yeah. Didn't mean the movie was great, but
no, it wasn't.
Next up, we've got my young friend. Oh, have we confirmed 33 is the youngest? Eric, what are you at? You're so clean shaven. You hide everything.
I'm 47 now.
47.
Yeah, I've got a couple on you.
So Caleb is a young man at 33, bringing it. And I think I've got a box from Clay too, but from Caleb too today. I think I'll have to check, but I think I got a box. Anyways, what is this thing?
This is Modern Mythology Medusa, which is a spin-off one-shot double-sized issue about Medusa, except she's like a Tomb Raider, and she's on a mission of revenge against Poseidon. So it's pretty cool. It's drawn by Chrissy Hopps, colored by Dave Swartz. And we are also, in addition to the one shot, we're also reprinting volumes 1 and 2 of Modern Mythology, who a couple people in this stream were involved in. He's going to grab his Modern Mythology there. Yep. So we're reprinting volume 1 and 2. We're putting a new story in each one of them, getting them new covers. So yeah, that's what this is. It's a new comic and some remastered editions of some old comics. I
mean, it's got Greg Alisi is one of the best writers in the industry, in my opinion. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's more than just like a remaster. It's like giving us the goods.
Oh yeah, Greg is writing both of the new stories in both volumes. And so they're going to be pretty good. One is they're both starring Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, but then in the second story, Sun Wukong will team up with is none other Werespider, who is Greg's original character, of course. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I signed like a blood oath with Greg about 5 years ago. So he keeps writing stuff for me in these Modern Mythology books. But yeah, it's been 3 years since the last Modern Mythology book. We've got a comment that says this Medusa comic looks interesting, but there are a bunch out now. There are. Mike Tiener just launched another Medusa comic called Curse of the Gorgon, which is a not safe for work book. I will say that this book is definitely safe for work, even though it's got this enticing cover by Summerdale. It is it's an adventure comic, and I've been describing it as Medusa meets Tomb Raider and Kill Bill. So yeah, I think it's a ton of fun. Yeah, that's it. That's the
Nice.
comic.
And can you get Medusa, or if you just wanted to buy one or two of the volumes, you can do that.
You can just get the volumes if you want them. That's all. There are tiers for just the volumes if you're just interested in that. Sun Wukong and the other stories. Travis did a story. Clay did a story in some of those volumes.
And I hear the stretch goal at 50,000, by the way, is it then becomes Travis Gibb Presents Modern Mythology. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm just going to get to 50,000, so that's not bad. But if you want, I present, and then I'll give you for that too at the 50,000 mark is I'll do a YouTube video with a QR code. It'll be interactive. Like it'll literally be me there sitting there just waiting for you to scan the QR code. I will talk to you when you get there and we'll have a conversation.
But yeah, so this is and then basically we're kind of dipping our toes back in the water with this book to see if people are still interested in modern mythology. And so far I think they've shown that they are. So we have plans for another volume of modern mythology at some point in the future.
That's great.
So yeah, so this is kind of seeing what that's all about.
Nice. So the link is in the comments, guys. Our faces are not that pretty. Most of us are married. I think all of us are married. Yes, all of us are married. All of us are married. Rob, you're still married. It's not midnight. She has not come in to yell at you. You're fine.
11:30.
11:30. Rob, every time Rob goes on with me, he's gonna prepare the wife. I'm with Travis. Like, please understand. He doesn't mean anything.
You can tell too when like she comes in. Like I mute the camera and I go like this, and I start talking to her.
We're all married, so go to the campaign and back. Look at Medusa. You won't turn to stone, I promise. And go ahead and back it. The link is easy to find.
It is. So something funny really quick before I move on is that when I did my last comic, Carl Kiesel read it and he told me that he gave me all these nice things he had to say, but he said one of the characters in my last comic didn't use their titular powers like in the comic, and he like really got on my case about it. And so what I'm telling you right now is I promise you Medusa does turn someone to stone in this comic. So if you were worried about that, it is going to happen.
I love Carl.
Yeah.
That guy's great.
All right. So next up, we have Stephen. I don't think I've got yours in the back, by the way, in the private message.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. I just want to make sure you get it. The next up is American Yakuza.
Oh,
That was
wow.
super racist. I apologize. Hold on. I apologize. Do not cancel me. That was I'm not going to associate with you guys. I apologize. With the way I just said American Yakuza. Please do not cancel me. I'm going through a lot right now. It's a good book. Don't judge it based on my very racist comment. Okay. Continue.
Do I need to pick it up and like save the show now? Is that
Yeah,
the
please,
role?
please.
Oh, okay. Look, we're funded, people. This is great. So this is so we've called it obviously American Yakuza for obvious reasons. The biggest reason is actually the main title. The actual title is too long for Kickstarter, and frankly, Global Comics and probably everybody else. This is a really, really fun story that for me, I say fun. I think it's a blast. And I've read it both as a reader because I didn't write the whole thing, but I did co-author parts of it. I co-created the book with Chris Moses and Anthony Stokes. This was one of those books that came up from the title. Actually, the title is the premise, and when I threw it at the guys, it's like, hey, I want to do something like just balls out fun, but I don't want to do superhero. I want to do something so bonkers different than everything else I've done. It's been good. It's been a different ride, with this one, because I didn't. Funny, this is an interesting thing, and you guys who are doing Kickstarters know that like you have this advanced analytics thing. What's really impressive to me is, for me, mentally or emotionally or egotistically or whatever, is that I have 35 more new backers than I do original backers. Like, so I have 88 something backers who came from my other projects, who have followed me at, and other things, and backed other books, at least one other book. And I have 105 new backers on this campaign who have never backed a project for me. So, dude, it's a great expansion of that, and it's also reflected in something we're doing on the publishing branding side of things, but that's not really relevant to this conversation. We got a lot of great covers. The main cover there by Benjamin Morse. Ben's out there. Hey, what's up, Ben? Hope you're well. I got that back from him. That was actually kind of a concept piece. I threw it out there and I said, I love you too, Tony. And I said, hey, Ben, what do you want to do with this? And he's like, I want to draw that. And so I threw the concept at him, and he drew this, and I got this back, and I was like, holy shnikes, this is fucking awesome. Like, that's the main cover. The second one from Ariel Midell. Ariel did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vs. Street Fighter. He did Evil Ernie and a bunch of other stuff. But he also he's been working on God Quest for me, which is a superhero book. And I said, hey, do you want to do something not superhero? Like, do you want to just like go fuck up a bunch of ninjas? And he's like, yeah. And so he did this cover, and so there it is, which is awesome.
A very, very Hand versus Daredevil situation there.
Well, and when I got that back, I was like, oh. And then Fabi colored it, and of course the ninjas are all red, and I'm like, what the heck? So I left it, and then of course we did the sexy little covers there too to go with it all. One of the things that, and you just passed it, but it's fine. We added last minute, it wasn't planned, was the black and white version. So I started getting the line art back, and it's not in this, you don't see it here, but I got the line art back from Damiano, and Damiano's line art is just, if anybody's read the manga Vagabond, it's a phenomenal manga, by the way. It's long. I have all 37 volumes, and I've got like all 12 tankobons or whatever of it. But sorry, Team Ninja. But we decided to do a black and white version. And I mean, it's going to be just black and white, no tones, because his art is so dope. It's got this like, it's edge to it. It's got this realism to it. And yet it's got this stylized thing. It's just so hard to explain. And if you look at the color pages, you can probably picture it, but really seeing it raw is absolutely outstanding. So I'd love to eventually, once we finish the final chapter, collect it all together and do like an artist edition, do like a big like 10 by 13 or 11 by 17 edition with just letters and ink, and go that way. I think it'd be really awesome. But thank you for everybody who already backed the book and supported us. A lot of the guys on the panel here have already supported us in many ways, either directly or indirectly. Sharing is caring. By all means, please share the link out if you feel like you can't back the book. But I'd love to see more people back this.
Yeah,
we have 4 more coming.
This should definitely be a 200 backers. I mean, it's 23 hours to go, guys. So you can't mess around with this particular one. You got to back it. You got to show your support as quickly as possible, because it is going to be gone before you know it. So those links, by the way, just like the last ones, are in the comments. We are not that attractive. We are married. There is no reason to look at us. You need to just back the book. I do have one question for you, Charlie, that I've been wanting to know since this book came out, because I know it's a trading places type situation. Will we see the actual Yakuza being the Yakuza at any point and seeing how badass he is as well? Because we got a lot of covers of this American Yakuza, but what about the Yakuza?
Let's just say that this is a lot more of a Succession. If you watch the TV Succession, it's a lot more along those lines. There's a lot of action. There's fighting in every issue, for sure. But this is this is one of those. If it was a TV show, it would definitely fall in a heavy drama category. It's good. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot like if you watch Tokyo Vice, you see some Yakuza activity and stuff going on, and it happens as a part of the story, but it's not the main piece. Same thing here. A lot of interpersonal stuff going on. It's he said, she said. It's who done it. It's there's a lot of trips, traps, and snares along the way, and it's a hell of a roller coaster ride.
Nice.
Or as I learned just yesterday in Japanese, Jetta Costa, which is roller coaster in Japanese.
That also means here's a coaster in English. Really. So, second reason to cancel me, guys, just so you know. There you go. All right, next up, let's see who we've got here. Oh, we're gonna bring the punk. Let's see what we got here. Tell us about Blister's return right here with the Scorched Birth. I almost said bitch.
Scorched bitch. No, it's Scorched Birth is so Blister's original series what took place during the high school years of this punk rock band. And I had it was 8 stories. And they kind of started from one point and ended in the other at the 8th story, but they all had their own individual stories. This time, yeah, there goes Blister right there. It's a 211-page book. I did the Kickstarter 2 years ago, and I was kind of done. And then life got kind of crazy again, and a lot of the stuff is based on life experiences. So I had a whole lot of new material. So I jumped them into college and got moving again. So this is issue 1 of it's planned to be a 4-issue series, but there could be a 5th mixed in there. And this particular one, I paired it with a hot sauce, and so that's been kind of fun. It's towards the bottom. There's it's a garlic ghost pepper hot sauce that is included on a handful of tiers.
All right, there you go.
Wait, do you batch that?
Sorry?
Do you batch that yourself?
No.
Is that yours?
No.
Oh.
I'd
Dude,
be
that's
too afraid.
dope, though.
I'd be too afraid to do that. I worked with a hot sauce company out of Chicago, where I'm from, and so I designed a label, which is based on the Offspring's Conspiracy of One album artwork, but featuring the logo from the Scorched Birth band. It's a garlic ghost pepper sauce, super tasty.
Well, you just got an extra backer just for the hot sauce. I mean, really, the book. I said in the private chat, like I love the title, but dude, hot sauce. I'm a freaking hot sauce nut. I love it.
Okay, yeah. I had some people that so Blister is it's full of F-bombs and stuff. So I have some friends in the area. They have young kids, and sometimes they'll buy one of my books for a kid, but these they don't buy for kid. But I've had a couple of dads buy. So they asked me to make a tier that was like local pickup only for the hot sauce, and so I have one tier that's just hot sauce and then one for local pickup. The hot sauce was a hit with a few people. So I'm a big hot sauce nut too. I have like a whole shelf in my fridge that's all hot sauces. That's my thing. So I can relate to that. Blister is done like in the style of a underground comic. I love the zine scene. So I've created it like the style in a black and white zine slice of life story. This issue starts off with Blister coming out of a big betrayal in a relationship. And it's this one kind of has an upbeat story of, a lot of times people will say, the grass isn't greener on the other side or isn't always greener. And Blister just kind of takes that plunge out of this relationship and forms a new band and kind of gets his life together in this issue. Or does he, I guess. But so that's where Blister is now. He's got a new roommate. It's 1997, so online dating is kind of new, and so he has an online date. That's back when everybody would talk about, if you go on a date online, you're going to get killed. So there's a lot of people who are asking about that. It's largely comedy. and for fans of punk rock
So,
or just
so
comedy.
I don't know the Smoking Popes.
They're a local Chicago band,
Okay.
and some of the there's been things. So I did a lot of work with them in like the early 2000s,
Okay.
and so there's especially through the Blister trade paperback. There's like a handful of things that are like thrown in from like stories that I heard or through them or was part of through them. So definitely like local Chicago guys would get that one.
Well, I have sent out the link. I love punk rock, as you guys know. I'm Granite State Punk, so if you take my word for it, this is a book you should back. It is very, it needs about a little over 850 to get funded. I think we can do it, so share it out, guys. Even if you don't back, please share it out. Everyone has a punk in their life that
Or a hot sauce fan.
is looking for or a hot sauce fan. Apparently, if you were sick of getting the mule sauce for all the sticker mule, yes, campaign for you.
You can uncheck that box. You know that, right? Like delete that
I did
crap.
not
It's-
know that.
It is trash, by the way. Oh, it's like the worst hot sauce. It tastes like licking a. Anyway,
I have so many bottles of that just sitting in my pantry.
dude, it's awful. I like every time I get a cart. I just ordered last night. Actually, I was like X delete.
So maybe I need to change the branding and say it's not mule sauce. And
Right.
Like a mule.
All right.
It doesn't taste like ass. That's what you should say.
Next up. So, before we start, I have a little story. So, Jonathan, the name of your book was something I didn't even know existed until I moved into this area and knew we had that water and tried to explain it.
Learning. Yes.
And the worst part is, though, I have a memory in my head of learning it in literally just not registering it or being like, no, there's lakes and there's fucking oceans. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And whenever I saw it and it was like brackish, I was like, isn't that a Kitty song?
Yes, it is.
I saw the gator and I knew exactly what he was talking about. Just saying, but I'm also old too, so.
So tell us about brackish.
So Brackish, I've been pitching it as Yellowstone meets Romeo and Juliet set in the Florida swamps.
Okay.
So there's been this history between these two families, the Tappers and the Saltzman, who were fighting for centuries over this land. And about 100 years ago, they had a truce. But when the youngest Tapper boy falls in love with the youngest Saltzman girl, the truce gets broken, and all that history comes out to the present. So it's very dark, romantic drama.
Nice. And for those who, again, if you're on this, you probably are in my network somewhere. If you have back dog days and took 4 years to get it, this is will not have this problem because I know this book is 100% done and it has the same artist, Ricardo, who I love. I think he's a great artist.
Yeah, actually, the art's really good. I had a chance to read a preview copy of this, and I like my description better, Jonathan, just for the record.
Yes,
but,
I'm going to steal that one.
What's
it's really good, yeah.
What's your description?
Oh, now you're going to make me find it? Romeo and Juliet meets the Hatfields and McCoys meets the Outer Banks and the swamp. Okay, that's an oversimplification, but that's my pitch.
Yeah. That's good.
No, it's really good. Listen, I backed it, and even though I get to read it early, I backed it again because it's really good. I'm gonna just sell for you. How about that? I do love the art. I think the characters, he does a great job. Jonathan does a great job of just getting us introduced to the characters quickly, but right into the action. So you feel almost like you're walking into a TV show and you know everybody within the first 5 pages. So it's he and Rob are two of the better individuals I've seen do that kind of thing where you just kind of get into the characters, get into the story, get into the action, and don't really waste a lot of time with nonsense. So I think it's really good.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Yeah, I mean, it's an issue 1, so you have to really set up the foundation and everything. So that's what I did. But yeah, there's a lot of great artwork. Ricardo, the interior artist, is amazing, and we have a lot of great variant covers, and even an alligator skin cover. It's not real alligator skin, so don't send PETA after me or anything like that.
I mean, we have Gator World right here, so like it's easy to
Right.
get.
Yeah, to go to Publix and get it.
So how long's this got left? I know it's coming towards the end.
6 days. 6
So
days.
we need about 800 here as well, right?
A little less than 800. Yeah, 6-ish.
Let's get it.
600-ish.
Let's get 800 just in case.
Yeah, that 800 is a good number. Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, please go ahead and show some support. It's really, it's a really good book. Jonathan always kills. This book should be doing way better. So let's give it some love because there's some great stuff in here. Metal Ninja Studios as well does great work. Jonathan's letter is you got the Joel, or do you get to have to use one of his people?
Yeah, I don't know if he has a ghost letterer doing it for him or if it's actually Joel, but he put his name on the cover, so
Okay.
let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's not having Christian actually letter it underneath his name.
I mean, Christian's the Eisner guy, so I mean, maybe I don't know.
I worked with Christian on 3 other books actually, so who knows? As long as the lettering gets done.
But yes, we shared it out. It is again, we're not good-looking people. We're all married. There's no reason to look at us. Look at these amazing books. Back them, show support. Learn what brackish water is. It's a funny word. It's a weird term. Apparently, it's true. I'm afraid to go in the water here because there's manatees.
The manatees are dangerous.
Not a year goes by. Not a year when I don't hear about some kid, I don't care which one, that doesn't get smothered by a manatee because it's getting too close, because they just want your attention. They're knocking over boats. Like, you know how many boats have been damaged by manatees over the years?
All those motors just ruined.
All these motors. I mean, there is picture upon picture upon pictures of backs of manatees that have been scarred by harmless boats because manatees just are attacking viciously. But for real, I am deathly afraid of manatees, and I'm not. I'm afraid. The poor boaters. See, I love that Steve is too good. I think he's been gone for the whole show. He's just like, oh, it's not about me.
He's like, oh no, it's the manatees.
the humanities. All right, really, here's the thing. I hate manatees. I really do, but it's not anyone's fault. It was because of some girl in 11th grade who wore tie-dye fucking manatee shirt. It was disgusting, and it grossed me out. I had to sit behind her. She wore it almost every day. I'm still mad about it. If you like, we can go over her Facebook profile, see if she still has it. You guys want to address that, or like? All right, never mind. All right, it's fine. It's fine.
It feels like maybe you need to.
I'm over it. I'm fine. So, much like Caleb's book, I am in this book, and that's all. The only reason to back, I'm in it. Clay's in it, and Rob did something in it. I think. Rob, what did you do in this book? I know Clay and I did a lot of heavy lifting.
Was Rob involved?
I mean, I haven't done much since like issue 8. You guys have done everything since.
So tell us about it, brother.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this is Nightwolf. It's a series about a young man who finds out that he is born a werewolf. It gets thrown into a supernatural war against demons, witches, vampires, other werewolves. And so this is for the volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1 is already been printed. And matter of fact, I can show you that schwanky little hardcover if you want to zoom in on me real quick. So for those of you who've never seen one of these, it's a nice die cut hardcover. It's got the claw marks with the vellum werewolf over top of the human. So that's what that GIF was showing. So volume 2 is very similar, and it's actually a connecting cover. So all the volumes, all 3 volumes will be connecting once volume 3 comes out. And yeah, so
and if you're broke, you can get the soft cover, which I have here to show you. As you see, it's a nice image of it, but it's a soft cover. Both options are available on this campaign.
and the artwork is both by Carlos Herrera, my illustrator for the series.
Oh, sorry, it was just funny. But continue. So this includes volume 1, and you can also get volume 2, right?
Yeah, so this is to get volume 2 published, but yes, volume 1 is available. So it's great for people who want to catch up on the entire series thus far. So we're 8 issues deep. Volume 1 and volume 2 both have 16 additional story pages by guest writers, which my good friends here have contributed to. Travis has contributed to both volumes. He's continuing his little treasure hunt, if you will, kind of like with our warlock character Lucas Ferreira and our demon Tartarus. So this one, I'm actually really excited about this second volume with Travis, which I'll, if he can talk a little bit more to that. But it's got I'm just gonna say one word, and Weregator, and we'll leave it there. He can talk more about it in a little bit.
Now, hold on. What I want to say is it's all connected. So you saw gators in Jonathan's book, right? You saw the gator, the werewolf here. We have Clay Adams and his dream and his weird Anubis thing. It's all connected. It's all a big connected universe. You're gonna need them all, guys. You're gonna need them all because we're not there yet. But Monster Matador is gonna fight all of these creatures. So
Monster Matador is gonna fight a were-manatee. It's gonna be nuts. I can't wait.
With Spider Squirrel and the American Yahuza, with Blister Band playing some music, Medusa, like it's all connected. You gotta get it's all connected.
But yeah, so Clay also did a story in volume 2. It features a newer character that we introduced in, I believe it was issue 7. And he's basically a Chinese vampire that we get to tell a fun little side story in. And then we also have Pat Shand, who is telling a tale of the twin witches, Circe and Janelle, and Kat Calamia, who is doing a story featuring a character that I haven't really done much with, but I have plans for her later. She kind of makes small cameos here and there. Her name is Jessie Fabian, and she is basically my Demon Slayer's kind of like oracle, if you will. She sits behind the computer and does all the fun hacker stuff.
I didn't see this graphic before. Look at that. Yours scrolls on forever. I love it.
It really does.
If
That's why
there
those
is
buttons on the side were a great addition for me.
Clay, can I hear more about your story? I want to know if it's better than mine.
You know what? It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
It is actually. It is.
Okay. Well, it's better. I want to say, but
look, Clay, volume 1 here's volume 1 of all the creators. There can be only one Highlander style. I'm the only one on the second thing, so I've got to continue.
I think that's super impressive that you're in both. That's how you're like a regular now.
I told you Highlander style.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
So what's it about?
Oh, my story?
Yeah.
It's about 4 pages. It's no, listen, I had
it's not the size that matters, okay? It's the magic in right. I got you, brother.
Thank you. It's what you do with those 4 pages, that matters. No, I had a ton of fun. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, when Rob asked me to write it, it kind of like I don't get to write anything that's like vaguely superhero-ish, and I don't want to say that it's superhero-ish because it's not, but it's sort of like adventure-y and a little bit of scratching that sort of superhero-ish itch. And yeah, I don't know. I had a blast. It was a good time.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Because if you would have been like, man, this sucked. I hated doing it.
Because what I, for those of you like who don't know Rob, at least maybe he just did this with me because I need a lot of help and a lot of hand holding. But when Rob proposes these stories, like he's got a pretty good idea of what he wants, right? So he sort of pitches, do you want to write this one, this one, this one? And they're fairly like well fleshed out ideas. And so like this one just seemed like it would be a lot of fun, a lot of action, like a chance to kind of write a cool fight scene, and maybe introduce a new monster into this world. And I've seen the designs that the artist has done, and it's really super cool. I'm really excited with how the monster came out. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed getting to write some action.
I just enjoyed listening to you describe it, the activity of taking this job on like it was some venereal disease that you actually liked, So
I'm weird that way, Charlie, and that I do like venereal diseases. Few things give me more pleasure.
I mean, it's good to be able to brag and like have a doctor say, yes, he had sex. Like it's good. It's like, it's hard. Like, I try to, hey, can we, try for turtle tests? Like, it's just weird to ask that question. Venereal disease, and do that on yourself,
I never thought about it as a validation point, but that's actually awesome. Like, we need more VD. I mean,
yeah. We can't all have 7 kids, but we can have 7 cases of VD.
Right, they're not going to deny it. Like at 7, like they would have ran and said, "Look, they're not yours at some point." Like,
right.
So
wait, Charlie, are you saying I did a very poor job of describing the story?
No, actually, no. I was just giving you grief. It was funny. I don't know. It's one of those stupid thoughts that ran through my head as you were going. It's not superhero, but it's got a superhero. I had to scratch that itch, So love you, man.
It does itch.
So for mine, first off, I want to point out my volume 1. If you haven't read my story in volume 1, you can kind of see the inklings of Coins of Judas in it. Like I just recently read it. Like you can kind of feel like,
yeah, you did. You threw that in there.
Yeah, I was going through the like thought process of what it was going to be, even back when I wrote Rob, because Coins of Judas is probably like probably a year or 2 years from that, right?
2 years, yeah, I think 2 years of separation. I think you talked about it a year after when we were talking, but yeah, I think it was very.
Yeah,
because when I remember like just thinking like Coins of man, he must really love Judas and those coins.
I do love Judas. I will tell you that I do love Judas. He is my favorite apostle, and the reason why, like no kidding, no joke, he really is. My reason why is like, if you believe in like the divinity of Jesus and all that, he ate at the table. Like that means everyone has a shot, right? He knew, and he was welcome at the fucking table. Like that's. Like if you need some shot, like you're gonna get a shot. Like there you go, there's your proof. Like so, that's my guy because I'm gonna need all those shots. I've said a lot of things. I've said a lot of things tonight that I'm gonna have to repent for. So I mean, these things are constants in my life. But for me,
he does have the best songs in Jesus Christ Superstar. So
he does. That is also the reason why I love Judas, but I don't bring that part up. But I'm glad that Caleb sniffed it out. Stephen is around. Look. But for me, I wrote about a fucking weregator because weregators are cool. Rob and I talk about his book a little bit. I love it. I love his book. I talk to him. I message him when I love a new issue. I even compared him to Neil Gaiman once, which has really affected his ego.
My head has fallen ever since.
That's Snowpaw, by the way, which is also coming out, but you should buy that. You buy it at the back of it. Both are very good. And what I love about it, if you buy both, Rob really looks like 2 different writers. And that's what I love. Like he really has a different feel and vibe to both of the books. And though they're in the same universe, and I love it. I think it's great. But I wrote about a weregator. Lucas is hunting down artifacts. I continue to show what Lucas is hunting down because Lucas is a cool character. And I like tartar sauce for those in the know. Subpar is excellent, and I'm not biased. What is that? I came in 53 minutes late. And I took you guys 3 minutes to start talking about VD.
He missed out roofie talk.
We started on roofies. But before we move on from you, I want to show one more connection because I know Charlie just added these to his campaign. So you can buy all these figures. And they can't fight amongst themselves. So if you want to do an epic crossover, you can buy Charlie's figures and they can fight. And that's exciting. Is that why you did it, Charlie? You looked at Rob's campaign when it launched? Because I just noticed that Rob's campaign launched, and you're like, "I've got all these figures. Is it so they could fight?"
No, I think Rob put them on there because he saw me posting mine. That's what happened. So, no, it's funny because I didn't even know Rob was doing it. Using Justin, I assume, right, Rob?
Yeah.
I love Justin. So no,
Yeah,
I was looking for like custom action figures, custom Funkos, custom Lego brick figures, and that's where I found Justin. So yeah.
Well, they're definitely, and they're a lot easier to ship than like doing like my next
Dude.
one is trying to do this, but like these
Yep.
things, like I'm afraid to ship them because like, I mean, if you look at like the tail and the sword, that's like gonna break in the mail.
Yeah,
I can tell
I bought-
you from personal experience that they will.
I remember that. Matter of fact, that's why I'm like watching what happened with you. I was like I'm like, I'm gonna sit on these a little longer.
Yeah, buy a 6x6x6 box and a shitload of packing, like bubble wrap. Right, that's the only way to do that. Unless you got some kind of like spray foam filler.
Someone's like, oh, you should get those vacuum sealed like things, you know, like action figures. I'm like, oh yeah, how much does that cost?
It's really
More
funny.
than you want to.
I look at those and I'm like, those are no problems to ship. But I also was a miniature gamer for a real long time, so I'm like, oh, you just gotta buy custom foam, and then you buy the custom 40. And I don't, because I'm thinking of, you know, that's gonna be super expensive to ship for one. But for me, you know, it's gonna make sure it doesn't break. Thomas Price, get it, Thomas. Dude, you're almost Prince, but you're not. So, but we have to move on, Rob. But if you like myself, Rob, and Clay, and fireworks, Jesus. How do you do the fireworks?
I did double thumbs, so I don't know. Like,
Charlie,
I'm gonna just try like just start doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I got it.
Oh
Yay, Mac Mini.
yeah.
I don't have magic.
Rob is fancy. All right. So next up, Steven. So we've talked about a lot of monsters here. So we have to talk about something that can kill all of these creatures. To wipe them out, to get rid of them.
That's right.
So tell us about Monster Matador. I think it's issue 47, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
47.
So
Deep into the run. Huh.
my pitch that seems to work at conventions is Matador versus Kaiju. That's so it's basically a post-apocalyptic kaiju throwdown about a matador who fights monsters to make a better world for his daughter. He takes on kaiju of all sizes. He kicks their ass. Right now, we are halfway into our epic Once Upon Some Monsters in Mexico, where the matador has just taken on a giant cockroach in Mexico City. And now he's off to fight a cartel that has learned how to control monsters, and in this case being Chupacabra. So in this latest issue, we're going to kind of do some blast from the past stuff, take a look at his origin a little bit as he fights evil across Mexico on his way to fight this cartel.
And look, swag. We got drink glasses. You guys are doing great on swag, guys. Like,
yeah, the Chocolate, this new T-shirt we got. That's actually a panel from the book that Fabio did, and Fabio Alves, who's the artist. These are some sketches he did. Some older variant covers. That one was based on Travis Gibb, by the way. This one here, yeah. we had him pose.
You collect a lot of naked men pictures, Steven. I think that would be something you might want to talk about with your wife.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're giving my stuff away. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Giving
But
my stuff away.
don't worry about backing Travis's campaigns. We'll just give it away.
We'll just give it away. It's fine. It's my and Kat's here too. She's proofreading.
Yeah, of
this.
course. Of course.
I love Monster Matador. I think it's a fun series. I pick up all of them. So I'm super excited. I'm glad that it is back.
Yep.
Do you know that chupacabras aren't real? I just want to.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, Travis.
That remains to be seen, sir.
You know, they might not be real in Florida.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, if it was real, it would be in Florida. Just for the record.
Travis
no,
believes
these-
in manatees, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, well,
Manatees
really,
are
they're
real.
mermaids. They're not manatees.
I've seen manatees.
So have I, and they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Monster Matters are also excellent, and I'm not biased. Okay, and we got
Kat also is the editor for Snowpaw. That's why she was not biased before.
JD. You want to hit Blackbird Comics is a good one, and you want to hit oh my god, I do a whole bunch of stuff with them.
The Collective.
The Collective. And my wife is over here. The Collective. The Collective. Yes. So if those are the ones you want to hit. So just did a signing there, actually. But yeah, I'm excited that you're back. You just launched.
Yep.
Doing great.
Yeah, we've got this one. Our next issue is already done, so we're already sort of planning our next one, and we're getting started on a spin-off book featuring these monster fighting luchadors that we introduced in this series. So there's going to be a lot more Monster Matador to come.
Nice. All right, so I have shared that link out. I'm going to get that to everyone. And what are we going to do next? All right, so we've talked about everybody's book. I have a pre-launch live, so I'm going to share mine as well. Get a little bit of love here for get it all lined up together, and then we're gonna quickly share each campaign one more time. Give a quick pitch. Then we're gonna sign off and let people go to bed, so Rob doesn't get in trouble. Because that's really what we do. But I'm gonna do something cool here. I'm gonna show actual pages. They may be of Granite State Punk. We are working on the next issue. We are almost done. I mean, it's being colored right now. I'm going to show you our next issue. Our next issue is called Only Posers Fall in Love. It is going live on Kickstarter very, very soon. The only reason why it's not live on Kickstarter is I'm waiting on one cover. You seen that? All right. So we're going to show you some cool stuff. This is cover A. That's our new Nazi character because we deal with Nazis this time. You know, because it's at some point when you're dealing with punk rock, you have to deal with Nazis. Does Blister have any Nazis?
There's no
coming
Nazi
up?
yet.
No Nazis yet. But do you agree that in the punk rock scene, you got to deal with the
fuck off Nazi punks.
Fuck off Nazi punks. That's right. So I mean, this issue I'm super excited about it. It's one of the better issues. A little bit sexy. Luckily, it's small, so you can't really see the sexy, but a little bit of not safe for work stuff in here. We go through existential crisis here where we're dealing with Zeke. We've got young Zeke here. We've got emo Zeke. We've got Zeke, how he sees himself. And, like most of us who are men, we see ourselves becoming more like our fathers and have to deal with that as we grow. But this is a really cool issue. As you see, Nazi punks fuck off.
Yep.
It is going to be very cool. And look at that page. Like, amazing, really cool stuff. I know it's kind of small, but it's going to be a cool issue. So make sure you check it out. I'm going to need some love because Nazis are not a subject that is well loved. I'm going to tell you. I am telling them to fuck off. I'm not pro-Nazis. And no occasion of this book you'll see pro-Nazis. But it's a fun book about love, about that self-destruct. The Zeke has found himself in love from the last issue. And we got to see how he sabotages that because that's what some people do when they're in relationships. They don't have good, healthy boundaries. They kind of self-sabotage. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that because punk rock guys do that a lot. They self-sabotage. But it's a lot of fun. It's an issue I'm really excited to tell.
I'm stoked for more of that.
So thank you. So please, if you can go ahead and follow that, we can get everything done and get everything to where it needs to be. So we're done. Before we move on, I've got to make sure. Do we have any blasphemies besides the American Yakuza thing that I did? And make sure that we say that we are not doing drugs. Do not raid our homes. FBI.
It's cool here in California to do whatever you like.
Steven's doing drugs. Anybody from Colorado?
Illinois is pretty free now too.
Yeah, Colorado is like where are you at, Eric?
Illinois. We're pretty free.
Illinois, pretty free. Okay.
The Western PA is we just drink a lot.
All right, so blasphemies have been handled. Everybody's safe. Everybody feels calm, collective. Everything's good. I like that Clay does not fully commit. He's just staring intently.
Clay is shaking his head on the inside.
I'm pretending to be frozen. Maybe you won't talk to me.
Is that Pat?
Pat.
Yes.
Thank you, Pat.
Everyone should get back night over sure you were getting shot at random.
Or somebody gave Twan the keyboard, one or the other.
Travis out. Travis, that's what someone that is doing drugs would say. But as I said earlier, I love these creators. I handpicked tonight again because there's a lot of sensitive stuff going on, but I handpicked them because I think they're great fucking creators and you should back them, support them. So if I'm going to go live, even though I'm not ready to go back live, these are the fucking people I want you to back. So back them. Maybe think about the people who have MacBooks. Maybe don't rush on that because they're rich. Everybody has to be.
Show offs.
But
how are you guys doing that? That's so cool.
Steven totally missed that section. That poor guy. Yeah.
It's just your drugs, Steven. It's nothing is happening.
Are you seeing something? What's going on? Are you seeing anything? I mean, I just throwing the horns up, right?
I'm seeing unicorns and.
I wonder if that works. Okay, I do this. Is that...
No.
But I'm seeing a giant dildo above your head, Rob.
Wait, does this have one?
I don't know. I was just trying it.
Eric.
Yeah, right.
Rob, Eric, does it have it?
No, it's not doing it.
Wow. Steve Jobs fucking us one more time, not giving us what we want.
Nothing.
There's my goodness.
There's a secret way to bring up the egg.
I didn't want to have to do
No. I'm gonna have to lie now.
Not so sure about that, but hey, we're here. Let's try it. Let's try everything.
Well, that's definitely Pat.
Mystery solved.
These are some great creators. So we're going to go over it one more time so I can link everything. If you guys missed earlier and you weren't around, these are the books to back. These are some of the best stuff on Kickstarter. Oh, wait, hold on. We missed somebody. Hold on. Slow down. Slow your roll. We have this gentleman right here who is the artist of Clay Adams' book and also is doing a crossover print with Nightwolf. So what is this? What is this Queen of Mars?
I backed that first day. This is awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, I will tell Mick you said that, and then he'll never let me hear the end of it.
Don't worry, we'll just send April to put him back in the Mandalorian jail again.
Yeah, Yeah, what's up?
I was going to ask, is it's created? I can't even think of the name of the what is that?
Yeah, it's like the Barsoom series, like the Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's Mick would say inspired by the Barsoom series. It's set on Mars. You might notice some similarities, but you might not if you're Edgar Rice Burroughs' estate's lawyers. You might not notice.
These are not connected, and he's not here. So anything that said that is connecting it is not from him.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
you cannot slap an IP.
That's right.
on him.
But I will say that Edgar Rice Burroughs fans have really flocked to this series. They really seem to dig it. In fact, so apparently I didn't know this because I haven't read the Mars books, like the John Carter of Mars books, but apparently Edgar Rice Burroughs was into like not safe for work stuff before Kickstarter was. So so he wrote all of his books. Everybody on Mars walks around naked in the books. And so Mick has embraced that. And so all the Martians are naked. And I don't know, Burroughs fans seem to love that. He gets a lot of comments about how people really appreciate the true to book costuming. Could I do a worse job of pitching this book?
No, I think that was perfect. Just ride with that, man. Yeah.
All you have to say are boobies. That's it, and you will make at least $20,000.
It was 2T, like two T shot, right?
2T shot.
2 T's. Let's go.
Give me 2 T's.
Apparently 2 T's and 1 P, because I don't
That's
know.
right.
Yeah.
Give me a P.
Is this an eggplant emoji right here? Is what you're saying?
Listen, no joke. This is a true story. On the first Dream Quest, the editor and I had to go through and ask Mick to remove all of the secret penises that he drew in the background. That is a true story.
You know, you take one fine arts class and have to draw in the nude, and you just get attached. You just can't stop.
The guy likes what he
I've
likes.
been attached to mine since I was born, so yeah.
That's right. A
Dream
lifelong
Arts is a
love
good
affair.
series, a good balance of plot and action. They're fantastic. Well, Mick, I look forward to meeting you one day. I apologize you weren't on tonight, but we did promote you, and we'll share your link out, and hopefully people back. And again, if you back all three, you're going to get a cool print, which I am sure is going to be awesome. They're not revealing
the illustrator for that too, actually.
Yeah, Mick drew it.
So we'll get that shared out. So if you would like some alien nudity, that is the book for you. My daughter, by the way, loved John Carter. Loved it. The Disney one that everyone hated. She fucking loved that movie and watched it like a dozen times. And she was just like, "When's the second one coming?" And I just
you were just heartbroken for her.
That not all movies get sequels, but you know, most of the movies that I liked were getting sequels, and she couldn't fathom her young brain. She's like, "But all the movies you like really, yeah, well, I'm liking Marvel. It's a solid deal right now. Like it's something good." But sometimes she's like, "But this is a good movie." And Dad, I didn't have the heart to tell her that it's not a good movie. It wasn't a bad movie, but definitely wasn't sequel worthy. So I understand. All right. But isn't all that stuff public domain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's public domain. Not all the stories are. So, you know, I think he's playing with only the elements that are public domain, but then, you know, you can't use like certain things are trademarked. So like he has to be careful that he doesn't say anything or use anything that's trademarked. So I think maybe it is the Burroughs estate. Anyway, some of these guys, what they can't like go after for copyright, they like really go after for trademark infringement. So anyway, Mick has nothing to do with any of that Burroughs stuff, but just inspired.
Anyway, those books are words. This has pictures. So
that's right.
How do you even like
of naked people drawn by Mick and colored by Finn Cram, who does White Ash.
So speaking of naked people that are drawn, here's some naked people. There's some naked people in this, right?
You know, there might be. It's a story about dreams. Some dream warriors fighting to save the world from an ancient evil and his army of sleepwalking zombies. Sometimes people are naked in dreams.
Whoever has background noise, can you mute? Thank you. Is it Clay?
It was not me. No.
Okay.
I'm still talking.
I was gonna be awkward. If it's Clay.
Well, that's my time, everybody.
As we were
So-
discussing the hentai dream sequence.
But and again, like,
That's right.
even if you don't want this book at all, fucking buy it for this fucking Anubis cover because Alex Cormack is the bomb.
He's great. He's great. I would love to work on a story that he draws sometime. He's just fantastic. But until then, I'll deal with Mick. I'll suffer through it. No, Mick is really doing some great work on this book. I think he's getting better and better with each book he works on, and he started out really good. But yeah, just really getting better, and it's looking gorgeous. We share a colorist with Monster Matador, Alex Zeef. She's going to
Okay.
be coloring this volume, and she colored some stuff for, that Mick did for Nightmare Theater, and it just looked fantastic. So they're a really good combination. I can't wait to start sharing some of that stuff.
I really love the coloring on the main cover, like the second cover. This
Yeah, that's Flops. That's our Flops variant. He did a cover for Carmilla Unbound that was fantastic, and I guess he's done. I've got his list of credits there somewhere, but he's done covers for a lot of the big companies, and really is kind of blowing up. And that cover is selling like hotcakes, even legitimately, even more so than my naked cosplay cover of me.
so between Alex Cormack, between Floppy, who I've never heard of, which feels like you're making up.
You don't know Flops? You should follow Flops. Give him a follow on Instagram.
We have Kat and Chuck flirting, so I guess I don't need to share these. Sorry. Good dreams. Most good dreams are naked, so some are worse nightmares.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you. I should make comics come back soon. I'm still editing. I work on Eric's book list. Okay. But we're going to share this out. We're going to share this. This could not be a dream for you guys. This could be a reality. You could back this and get it.
And get the crossover print with Nightwolf and Queen of Mars.
Get it. I'm going to get it. So make sure you get it.
Get it, baby. Get it.
We're going to share this out. And thank you for letting us see this amazing project. I'm excited for it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Next up on my list, I have. I don't know if this is the way we had it before, but this is what we're doing now. We have Modern Mythology.
All right.
Medusa.
This is
Tell us about it.
So a little bit of fun fact about this. If you scroll down to where there's a print right there, Daniel Hooker's print. Oh, you passed it. So in Modern Mythology Folklore Retold, Daniel Hooker did this pinup. He couldn't do a full story, but he did a pinup, and he had this idea for Medusa. So he actually came up with this idea, and I asked him if I could develop it into a full story, and he was all about it. So we're giving his print away for free to everyone who backs. That was the original inspiration back in 2001. So, I know there's a lot of Medusa comics launching right now, but this idea originated 3 years ago. So I guess if that counts for anything. And yeah, it's about Medusa hunting down Poseidon. She's hunting down clues to find Poseidon, who's the last Greek god she hasn't killed in a streak of revenge killings after she was attacked and then turned into a monster against her will. And then we've got remastered versions of Modern Mythology, The Hero's Journey, and Modern Mythology Folklore Retold, featuring stories by Travis and Clay and also Greg Anderson Elise. So yeah, definitely it's like a cool comic. Modern Mythology, people seem to love this. I love it. I love mythology. So yeah.
I want to also point out that Clay and I are in different volumes because, again, there could be only one. Like, this is in Rob's book. It's the first time we faced each other in combat. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
that is true. They are in you guys are in different volumes.
So you got to buy them both if you want to see this. If you want to see how the battle commences, it ends. In Rob's, you got to get both volumes to make sure that you have the full story.
Totally. I also, before we before we go on to the next person, I do want to share if you'll make me big. I just got this in the mail.
I would love to make what.
There we go. I just got this in the mail.
Oh, look at
Oh
that.
wow!
No.
This is a shiny foil logo. There we go. Got the glint on there.
That's gorgeous.
Super excited about this.
Is that the proof of the whole run?
Oh, it's well. So I got enough copies to fulfill the Kickstarter express ship to me, and then the rest are coming in a couple of months. But yeah, so we're gonna start to ship this out this weekend, and we're actually issue 2 is my next Kickstarter. So we're trucking along with that one. So yeah, if anyone is watching and back Dragon Grit, you'll be getting your copy soon. And I'm super happy with how this came out. I haven't done that kind of foil printing on the logo before, and I think it turned out really cool. So anyways.
That's great. I'm excited about that book. So
Thank
can
you.
we get that as an add-on if someone missed it? No?
That's a good question. For Medusa, no, but only because Medusa is like a project that has a really long tail to it. We're only at the beginning of making a really big book, so I didn't want to offer things that'll kind of be outdated by the time it actually gets printed and put out in the world. But I will be launching Dragon Grit #2 next month, so you'll be able to pick it up then. But yeah, I wanted to say Charlie had mentioned that he got a lot of new backers versus returning backers, which is like a super great feeling. In Dragon Grit, I had the same experience. It was about like 50-50 on new backers and returning backers, which is awesome for us as creators, because it's always fun to see the same people, but it's cool to see that audience expanding. So yeah, it's like a good feeling. You've hit something that people care about.
That's one of the things. I was talking to another creator. They felt really stagnant. And I was telling him, I was like, well, what have you created that's new? You're doing the same stuff. Like you've got to expand it. You got to try to grow it. You could do that. You don't have to create a new thing. You have to do it like with anthologies. There's other ways to bring people in, but you've got to do something, because it can't. If the same thing, it's gonna have a cap at some point. So you gotta do something.
Yep.
Speaking of things that are no cap, I speak teenager. Talk about Nightwolf.
Oh, I'm sure there's a cap to it at some point.
Do you not speak teenager? Do you know what no cap means?
No, I'm honestly like half the time when my teenagers talk, I'm like, what are you even saying?
No, so cap is a lie, and no cap is not lie. So this book is not a lie.
Fair enough.
I'm hoping Charlie unmuted, because his teenagers are like, no, that's not what it means, and they're yelling at me in the back.
Well, no, they can't. Lucky for you, they can't hear you. So you just ride with it, brother. You're good.
See, I told you guys someone was going to yell at me to fill out a survey. I knew. I just got it today before we went live. I'm on my phone. I'm trying my best.
This is when you need that Apple like emoji thing, right? Like that's gotta doesn't work.
Yeah, give him that eggplant. I don't All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll give the pitch one more time.
We totally threw Rob off his game, by the way, just with that whole cap. Like, he's like, I'm wearing a cap.
Like, I don't know what these teens, kids are talking
He's
about.
Like, I don't know if I'm cap or not.
Yeah, you're not capping, even though you have a cap on. You're good.
I just keep playing in my head like my two sons fighting and arguing like all the time, and I'm like, I have no idea what you guys are even fighting about. I can't judge this. Yeah, so now that I've lost touch with the youth, yeah, this is a story about ironically a teenager who gets thrown into supernatural war against demons, witches, and vampires, and finds out that he was born a werewolf. So no cap about that. Yeah.
So you said there's going to be 3 connecting covers. Does that mean after volume 3 it's done?
No. So there's a 12 issue story arc.
Okay.
So that 12 issues is broken up into 3 volumes. It's kind of like, it has, the beginning, then you have like the middle and the end, but the connecting covers all have like, so it's got Nightwolf on the first volume, it has Snope on the second, and it will have Blackclaw on the third. And it basically, the depiction on the front of the covers is kind of like a stone mural of like these werewolves fighting. So it's kind of like the premise, about this particular breed is that they have been fighting for centuries amongst each other. They've all are kind of like a reincarnation of these two that started this original battle, and so like it just becomes like this big, between good and evil, where Nightwolf is actually breaks that pattern. He's actually kind of both. Like in a modern world where good and bad, it's not just black and white anymore. It's gray. The line has been blurred. It's gray. So the morality is kind of skewed anymore. So it's like that's kind of like where that whole why he has a gradient pelt versus like the purebloods having a white and the mongrels having black.
Okay. Is there a unicorn in your story?
Not yet, but I could easily put that in.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I introduced a werewolf into my story, so you got to catch up, Rob.
Well, right now, the best place to do that would be in Snowpaw, because she has the mythology creatures and the fantasy creatures mixed in with hers. So if I'm going to do it, that would be the perfect place.
Right.
I would hesitate against it just because unicorns will fix your vampire problem. You will no longer have that.
Well, I made a hard rule that in Snowpaw there are no vampires yet. That was my biggest thing, is like when as you were saying, like how I write 2 different books and I'm 2 different writers. I purposely push myself with Snowpaw to do everything I'm not doing and Nightwolf. I want to try, it's different time periods. It's a different voice. It's different. I'm just trying to keep them both separate, that like, even though they have the same similar like mythology, but the story is completely separate. And I wanted to make sure that I push that.
Well, before you're done, let's talk about your guest writers. So you've got all these guest writers, some very, one guy is extra handsome. I mean, you put his picture up there twice, but there's other people there.
I don't see me anywhere.
So so we'll do volume 1 because we didn't talk much about the guests there. Tyler James, he is, as everybody probably knows, he is the publisher at Comics Tribe, but also the head of Comics Launch, who's taught many of us many things, and he's gotten a lot of us on his podcast as well. I'm sure we all listen weekly, and I know a fellow who helps run that group. He's also in the chat here.
Who could that be?
I don't know, that guy. that guy with the good hair. So then we also have Madeline Holly Rosing, who does the Boston Metaphysical Society. Her books are amazing, and I've been enjoying hers since I've jumped into this world of indies. And she was one that I definitely wanted to have write a story. However, I threw her a pitch that was completely outside of her wheelhouse. So instead of writing something like in her the 1800s, I made her do something more modern, and she was actually excited to kind of, it had like a little bit of an alien vibe to it, little CIA situations. So she enjoyed doing that. Travis, that guy, he fought me tooth and nail on everything, and he just had to come up with his own thing.
That's true. That is a fact.
Which is fine, because his idea is actually it turned out a lot better than the original one that I had pitched him, and very happy with that. We're making a continuation, and he and I had talked even about doing a spin-off series with these two stooges. Maybe we should add a third in there.
I'm ready. Give me a one shot. Let's do it. I'll start today.
And then Kevin Joseph, of course, the last guest writer for volume 1. He is the co-creator of Tart, and it's it's also about demons and such. So I knew he would bring a great story to the table. And like Clay, it was kind of a situation where I was like, all right, here's the characters. I don't care what monster you throw in there. I want you to do something. Just something that we haven't seen yet. And, he definitely delivered on that. Which brings us down to volume 2 with Clay and having, that basically, again, I just set up the character, the setting, and let him run with it. And he did a great job, knocked it out of the park.
What do you mean, which brings us down?
Because we're going over and then down. I'm not saying we're bringing the room down to,
Never mind. Continue.
Wording.
Like he said what he said. He said what he said. Like
I can't unhear it. I can't unhear it, Rob.
Well, that's in that case though. Like you're slumming with Travis then.
That's true.
And again, like
that just shows that my page rate was the lowest of the first volume. He's like, I can afford that guy again.
Actually, what's funny about the page rates? Like Kevin. His was the funniest. He sent me, instead of paying him directly, he sent me to a charity. I was like, okay, which was good of him. Kevin's very good with that kind of stuff. And then brings us over to Kat, who has been blowing it up lately. And I actually had reached out to her prior, asking her page rates, and apparently I should have had her write them back then, because now her page rates are way more. But yeah, she had a great story. I wanted to do something a little bit more, like I said, with that character, and I thought that she would do a great job with her voice, and she really another great story involving like 3 witches that I introduced very briefly in issue 7, and it was a great little kind of like setup for that part of the book, and had fun with it. And then of course Pat Shand doing 2 of my favorite characters. Yes, Pat got paid. And again, which is Pat's, like he took the 2 favorite characters of mine, aside from Snowpaw. So like 2 my favorite villains is the Twin Witches, and he kind of gave them a little bit of an origin story that is great, and it kind of works into the way things are actually going into volume 3. So that should be nice to see when everybody gets to read that.
Nice. All right. Well, I've shared that out. If you have full, besides Rob, besides it being fucking Nightwolf and you needing the trade, you also have 4 things that, by the way, we're already in the digital, but if you want us in the physical, we have to get the stretch goals. So we've got to get there. Clay is first, so that's offensive to me. So you've got to at least get 2. I think
it goes by chapters. You're in chapter 2, so
I don't know about that.
If he doesn't increase his page rate, he's gonna be in chapter 11.
Oh.
Is that because you hired me, Charlie? And my page rate's
Well,
not
I couldn't make that comment until after I paid you. Thank God I already paid you, so we're good.
I think I got a couple more issues to write. I think we're good. We do have a contract, though, so we're locked in. All right, we're locked in at the current page rate.
Yeah, we had a virtual handshake, so you're better on that.
Damn, Charlie with the bars. But yes,
Always spitting, baby.
So we've got to switch over to.
That's what she said.
Boy.
I might have to log off for my own protection here.
Weren't you the one who had VD?
What?
I mean, to be fair, I think I started that.
Actually, you're not yet next. Oh, there it is. All right.
Charlie
John-
started VD. We all heard it here first.
He's Pandora's box.
Patient 0.
Well, I had her box, but that's what happened. So anyway,
there you go. That's how you
No.
Jonathan, let's talk about this brackish waters, because brackish waters are, from what I understand, a dirty version of the
Yes, filled with killer manatees. The most dangerous animal known to mankind.
Is there any manatees in your issues? In your issue?
Only when you guess right a story, there'll be a manatee, a were manatee.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, me too. Because I heard you have cheap page rates. All right. Elevator pitch. Brackish. Yellowstone meets Romeo and Juliet in the Florida swamps. If I still have your attention, then it's these two families fighting over the land in the swamp. After years of a truce, it gets broken when the kids fall in love with each other, and violence ensues after that.
Nice.
And there's a ton of rewards to choose from.
And isn't there a contest for something with your wife? Isn't that?
Wow, that sounded really dirty, Travis. Yes, there's an original sketch for anyone who pledges a $20 physical reward or more gets entered into a drawing that Francesca did. It should be at the very top of the campaign.
I'll get to that in 1 second. I just want to point out for those who remember Dog Days, Ricardo has aged tremendously since the Dog Days situation. I want to point that out, that Marcel has really caused him to age. He now looks as old as me. All right. Anyway, sorry.
I was gonna say, I think we all aged during that period.
All right.
Yeah, 7 years every human year, right?
So this, if you buy any physical for $20, you are entered to draw a chance to win.
That's correct.
Nice. And if you use this heart emoji, will it cause the heart to happen in the max?
No.
Stoney, if I was aware, it'd be probably a were manatee. See, Stoney, you get the were manatee being a problem. Better not be what she said. But yes, let's share this out. Back brackets. Let's get this funded. Jonathan's stressed out. He said he's going to be annoying if he doesn't fund. I don't want to be annoying for 6 days. Let's get this done. That is that. All right. Next up, Charlie. We're going to have American Yakuza. That is the way you say that. There is no other way to say it. That is the only way to say American Yakuza.
Yeah, I guess we live stream. You can't go back and edit that, can you?
No, we're fucked. I'm canceled. You never gave us the full title though last time. Can you share the full title?
No, it's right there. So I invested in an international conglomerate and went from MMA champion to the first ever American Yakuza. So that was the premise. That's the title. And as you see here, we jump right in. This is actually the first page. I love this page. We get this page. I loved it twice, actually. That one right there you just passed. I got it from Damiano, and I was like, dude, that's perfect. And then when John, I didn't mention John Rock, who does DC. He's done Batman and all kinds of other stuff for DC and Marvel, and he's a good friend. Done stuff for me in the past. He's coloring the series. When I get the colors back, I was like, holy shit. I mean, it's dope all over again. So really, really love the mood, the style. He's intently trying not to be very Western in his coloring style. He's trying something a little different, and I really like how it's coming out. But yeah, this has been a great campaign. The coins have been super popular. So it's one coin. It's just the two sides, and I just showed the concept and then the finished product there. And the coin's really cool. It's 2 inches. I wish I had one down here. It's upstairs. So I was going to run up and get it, but Travis came to me too fast. But it's a 2-inch coin, so it's a good sized coin. It's heavy and weighted. It's a black metal, and it's got UV coating and all this other stuff. It just looks dope. We're actually in the middle of designing a second coin to go with it. So it's gonna be a family of coins. When I do cons and signings and stuff like that, it's actually one of my hottest sellers. So really enjoyed that. But there's a theme to it, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is a great murder mystery in the vein I mentioned earlier. We said it in the Kickstarter Succession, or in terms of who's next, Tokyo Vice and John Wick with the action and intrigue and the Yakuza shaking, and then of course I said shaking. I don't know what the hell they're shaking, but the Yakuza activity, and then of course. I mentioned Warrior from Max, which, by the way, I love that show. If you're not watching, it's a great show. I watched it when I first started airing, and it's just terrific. But it really deals with the Chinese tongue wars in San Francisco. So the connection there is really just the idea of the turf wars taking place. But really good stuff. I think this is a great. I really enjoy this as a reader, because Chris Moses and Anthony Stokes did the bulk of the writing, and it doesn't go where you think it's going to go. So by the time we get to chapter 5, which will be, this book's meant to be 100 pages total. So this first chapter is 20. We're gonna take it some twists, turns, dips, dives, chases, and fun. And by the time it's over, you're gonna go, wait, where's chapter 2? Right? Where's Act 2? So I think you're really gonna enjoy this. But I had fun as a reader. I had fun as a creator. I loved working with those two guys. I love working with Damiano and John. First time ever working with Taylor Esposito. Taylor's currently working on Space Ghost, but a lot of you guys know Taylor from his other lettering works. I love the craftsmanship that he's putting into this book. He's also, like John, taking a little bit of a different tilt in some of the things, because we have haiku in every issue. And so that's kind of a theme that'll run through the issues. Also, I'm writing a prose prequel, and every chapter is going to have a new haiku related to the chapter. So we're going to keep that theme rolling. So a lot of fun. If you like murder mystery action, if you like adventure chase scenes, you like a little, running through the streets of Tokyo or Nagoya, by all means, jump in here and check it out. If you just want to just read a really dope, fun book that looks badass, this is the book you want to back. And 3 more backers. We had 200, which is fantastic. And more than half of those backers are brand new. So jump in. Join the party. The water's warm and great, and you can pee in the pool. Nobody will notice.
But I gotta clean it up.
Well, that's your problem.
I love this continue war though. Here you got Stokes and Chris, but on the cover you've got it backwards. So Chris and Stokes, like, you're continuing to mess them, not letting them know the hierarchy. I like that. Like, that's
that's absolutely my play. Like I mentioned them different. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Every time I post something, it's like one or the other. I just alternate. But those guys are great. They're fun to work with. There's a picture out there on social media. One of the fun things I got to do as a publisher and co-creator is when we were all finished with getting the book done. So all 100 pages are written, just for the record. So this is 20. There's no brackish water in here. The sake is clean. But when I finished, I actually bought a special katana for both of them. So I gave it to them in Baltimore last year, which was really cool.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
So if
Travis,
the book didn't
just saying,
fund,
what's that?
if the book didn't fund, would they have to commit seppuku?
Hey, this book was never not going to fund. But
No, I'm
that
just
would
saying,
actually been a great thing. I should have put that in the contract.
good.
Like, if the
It said-
book
no,
doesn't
that's what I-
fund, like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. You gotta
it's like
like
a reverse
fire on your
royalty,
ass.
right? Like, hey, okay, well, I'll pay you this, but by the way, if it doesn't fund, you gotta you kill yourself on the live stream.
Yeah,
like.
I mean,
John, that just makes me more excited about our book together, because that means I get some sort of element. So I can either control water elementals or what. I'm going to just write.
I
cool
mean,
shit.
you might just get pee in a cup. I don't know. Apparently, basically, but.
But if I think it, I made it move, and then I controlled the element.
Oh, look, I'm a urine bender. Yes, Travis, we can all write our name on the fence. We got it, dude. Like, really. Well, yeah, no, that's the thing I do love to. I will say, joking aside, I will say that, when we finish up, Travis, I like to do something special with my co-creators. So that's something that I'm always try to do. I like to pay artists before they even ask me. Ask some of my artists and before they even send the invoice, like, dude, I didn't even finish drawing the pages yet. it's just it's a big thing. But for me to be respectful to other creators, dude, I love working with you. I actually have your it's sitting over here in this pile of other things to work on. To finish, reviewing your script and then start getting an artist assigned. I think we had an artist pick, but we'll move from that possibly depending on their schedule. So we'll see what happens.
We can talk a little bit after. I got some time. So
yeah,
talk,
yeah.
But yeah, for those who are kind of curious what's going on, I have a superhero story that I'm writing for Charlie. It's kind of like our. I know he's got a big war coming up, but this is kind of like a Secret Wars, kind of like big Infinity War. There's a big battle between a lot of the characters of the Zion universe, a lot of new characters where I'm adding a lot of new characters. I think I'm at like 7 characters.
7 or 8. Yeah, exactly.
I've added like 7 or 8. I'm having a lot of fun. I had that VD that Clay had, with superheroes. I couldn't scratch that itch and I just kept creating.
I thought Clay gave it to you. I don't know. So we'll see.
Clay may have given it to me.
He capitalized Stan there. Does that mean I'm like the Stan? Like, what is that? I love you, Joey.
I stand Charlie. What the fuck does that mean?
But come on, this is kid speak. This goes back to Nick Cap, no cap. Come on now. You got to get younger, Travis. Even though I'm older than you, I can say that.
Well, my kids are still in like elementary, so like they're middle school. I'm sure I'll learn all these things. My son did, if you go on my Facebook, though, did the gritty, though, when he got his graduation. So we've got something going on.
I got to say that I need to go watch that video and make sure he didn't do it too white.
Well, he is my son. He absolutely did it too white. All right. Blister. Let's go. Look at how many backers. Like, wasn't it like 35, Eric?
Yeah, we got a few.
Look at that. Good for it. I'm super excited about it.
I appreciate it. So Scorched Birth is a nostalgic comedy centering around a group of college kids. Blister, it takes place in his college years after the trade paperback, where he's had betrayal of trust in his relationship. And we get to see him forming a new band and starting some online dating in the earliest days of the internet. Surprisingly, Match.com started in 95. I did not even realize that. So I was able to work that into a story in the 90s. And I have a few covers I didn't talk about before. James Burton and JT Malloy did variant covers for me. And then
this is JT?
Yes, JT. That one there is your main cover. That's based on the Bad Brains self-titled record. And then there's James Burton of Damage Inc.
Which Damage Inc. does an appearance.
Yeah, he actually put Damage Inc. right on there. Actually, he put Blister in the Damage Inc. universe like years ago. It was fun.
Nice.
And then my editor is Chuck Pino.
Woo!
Who's a big fan of himself and is sitting right next to me.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi.
And I have Sean Barber does a couple pages in the book and the dream sequence. And Scott Weldon of the old Harlan Buck series does my lettering. So it's packed with the Belial team, actually.
Yeah, motherfucker took my team.
You weren't using them.
Oh, fuck you.
You got to
So,
sneak in the F-bomb since this isn't a Jen's channel.
We got so young. We're now talking. We've gone to no cap to Fortnite. It's getting bad. We're reducing in age as we go. Well, we haven't talked. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Fortnite. I wanted to know if I'm messing up Fortnite night for you guys, for the boys.
It is not a Fortnite night. It's late. I work in the morning.
No, we're playing Street Fighter 6. They just released Akuma. Come on now. Get with it.
Thanks for having me on here, though, Travis. This was great.
No problem, man.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Last but not least, we have to talk about fictional creatures called.
For someone who lives in Florida,
I
call
just
these
want
things fictional. I mean,
look,
you're
I
like
will write it. Do you need me to write the manatee story, the monster kaiju manatee, the monster?
That's
can-
what
we
really
can-
ties the indie universe together. Is that wear manatees in every book.
versus
I mean, we can make it happen.
Monster
versus-
manatee. There you go.
It
oh,
writes
the huge
itself.
manatee. Like it'd be good. It'd be good. So tell us about this book? Sorry.
Well, it's about a giant manatee
Okay.
that attacks Mexico.
Okay.
And the matador says, "Hey, I fight bulls. Maybe I can give it a shot and fight this manatee." And he does, and that's basically the story, beginning and end. You know,
That does sound like a Ron DeSantis plan.
sounds-
So I like it. I
It's-
like
yeah,
it.
no, it's a matador that fights kaiju. I don't know if that doesn't really get you going. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. You know, it's a matador who fights monsters to make a better world for his daughter. We've got monster fighting luchadors that we just introduced. He is taking a journey across Mexico fighting giant cockroaches, chupacabras, which are real. I even sent Fabio Alves, our artist, photographic reference of the chupacabras.
Okay.
This is the third issue of 4 in this series. It's going to end on a massive, massive surprise. We have an A-list artist doing a variant cover for the next issue, so it's a good time to hop on and get caught up. And this issue, we have great covers from Fabio. He did him and Alex Ziff did a Wolverine Jungle Adventure homage. That's the main cover. This, if you're a 90s kid, you know this cover. It's Mike Mignola after Frank Frazetta. But Fabio and Alex just did a fantastic job on this. It looks so much like the original. I keep having to do a double take.
It does. Yeah.
And this
I-
this cover is artist Puis Calzada, who's also from Mexico. He is a horror master. He's amazing, and he's going to be doing a book with me next year.
Nice.
So
I love how you've had to come up with this weird abbreviation to make it work to the left, and I like it.
yeah, my titles keep getting longer and longer. I think Charlie and I have
I feel your pain, brother. Yeah, 100%.
Like, why can't I just stick to Monster Matador?
I know. Wait till you see my sci-fi title. It's just
They stuck an anal probe up my god. Whoa!
I said mine, not Pat's. Come on.
Pat only writes stories about cats and their genitals, how they worked. I don't know if you guys have read the book As of the Barbed, but that's all about cat genitals. Sure.
And on that note, it's been a great night, guys.
This one? Oh, a cat genitals? No.
It's got a big cat in it.
Dude, did you see this? Though? Hold on. For those who didn't back this, this is a fucking stunning bookmark.
Wow, that is
beautiful.
That is actually gorgeous. Wow.
beautiful.
Very cool.
I need to figure this
Huzzah.
out. I'm spending money on metal when like this is really cool. I mean, the whole book is beautiful. Like it's a
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope.
So, anyway, sorry, I got that. I got you up here too, Charlie.
It's like he knows what he's doing.
I got you up here too. So, ready. All ready, all the time.
Look, I'll give you that. Look. Oh, thanks, brother.
All right, but that is it. I have shared that out.
He wasn't watching. He just heard his name. I was like, wait, well, what?
I forgot Stephen was using a pic of one of my cats as a pic.
Well, I asked you for a pic and you sent me your cat. So
What exactly was the verbiage on the question that you asked for cat? Just
Oh, look, it's time to go. Gotta go. See you guys.
on that note, tell people where they can find you, Charlie. let's start
wait,
with you.
can we talk about cat balls again?
Yeah, Charlie, where can people find you?
Yeah, Zion with an X, zionstudios.com. You can just find me on every social media platform except for Instagram at Charlie McKelvey. With Instagram, we put a dot between my name because Instagram lost my original. Don't get me started. Yeah, so anywhere. And I'm all over the place. So,
All right. Next up, Monster Matador himself.
You can find me at Monster Matador everywhere on the web. X, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads.
wait, we're not friends anymore. You actually called it X. Like, I love you. Goodbye. I'm
I say
leaving.
Twitter,
I'm leaving.
every time. You're old. Every time I say Twitter, I get corrected. They're like, "Oh, it's X now." So I try to do the right thing, and the old man starts screaming at the clouds.
Did you see Mr. Beast called him out for it the other day? He's like, I'm okay with calling it X, but you got to give us a better term than tweets if you want me to change my thing. I was like,
excrements.
Excrements. There you go. So are we okay calling it Twitter then? Can I go back to calling it Twitter?
I think when you type in x.com, it forwards to Twitter anyways, doesn't it?
And vice versa. Yeah. Yeah.
No. They just recently switched it.
Just this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Eric. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at muckspout.com or on most social media at muckspout77.
You gotta do your rock and roll. I want to see it. You gotta do both.
I'll do this one. I get too close to the camera.
Clay, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter /X at Clay's Evil Twin. I'm on Substack, clayadams.substack.com. And you can find me at friedcomics.com. That's me.
By the way, Clay, unrelated, someone is trying to do a audio adaptation of my work. And they said that I can pick, they're like, you voice actors, we're going to give you some pitches, but you can pick whoever you want. I was like, well, then you're going to eventually hire Clay Adams because I'm just going to keep demanding it.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Have your people call my people.
You're the only voice actor I know. So, I mean, you got the Jonathan.
I'm on all the major social media platforms and Substack, and you can find links to those at my website, jonathanhedrickcomics.com.
Caleb.
Me?
You?
Okay. I'm my name is Caleb. You can find me at calebquist.com. You can find me on social media, but I won't post anything there probably. So go to calebquist.com and follow my newsletter. Sign up for that because that's where I give all the good stuff. I remember that I have an Instagram about once every 4 Kickstarters, and then I update it. So if you go to my Instagram, it's probably advertising a Kickstarter from like 4 Kickstarters ago. So yep, calebquist.com. That's it.
Caleb, one word, permalink.
On Instagram, the unicorn and the vampire haven't met yet and started fighting.
That's true.
Rob.
Yeah, you can find me at Lone Wolf Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and the socials formerly known as Twitter. You can also find me on TikTok, but I don't do much there. So, old guy and all that. And you can also find me personally at Rob Malteri on all of those as well, except for Twitter. Or no, yeah, well, already, TikTok. I'm not on that personally. Yeah, but you can go to lonewolfcomics.com. You can check out all my my publishing work, as well as if you want to do the quick link, go to the Kickstarter. It's lonewolfcomics.com/Nightwolf. That will redirect you. Don't be scared. It'll take you to the Kickstarter.
And you can find me at travisgibb.substack. That's where all my stuff is. I actually did a post yesterday that talks about we have a game. Orange Cone Productions has a game. So if you want to learn more about that game, check it out. I posted all about it. Very cool shit. We are done. We have funded some people. Everyone got money. I didn't have to threaten anybody. I didn't have to do my whole thing. I'm very happy that everyone got some cash and everyone got some funding. You guys are the greatest comic creators in the scene. Don't tell anyone. If they're the only other person who's great is Pat. Pat's here. That's he can hear me. So nobody else. We're good. Nobody else is watching, so we're fine. All right. Good night. See you later. I apologize if I offended you. Get over
You
it.
did. You did.